Greetings to everyone. Hello and welcome to MIT-WPU University School of Media and Journalism's podcast series on India at 75, Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav. I'm your host Shruti. As you all know, here in this weekly podcast, we discuss how our very own city, Pune, contributed to the freedom struggle of India. We are the students of media and journalism. And how can we forget what role journalism played in the freedom struggle? Along with people's revolution and movement, journalism has also played an important role in India's freedom struggle. Newspapers and magazines played an important role in connecting the masses in different provinces. Many newspapers and their editors became the voice of the Indian Revolution. By now, you must have guessed what I am going to talk today about. Yes, you all have guessed it right. Today we are going to speak about the historic Kesari newspaper, which played significant role in freedom struggle. Kesari is a Marathi newspaper which was founded by Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak on 4 January 1881 and is continued today by Tilak's descendants and Kesari Maratha Trust. Kesari, with time, has also recorded the gradual development of India in general and Maharashtra in particular from an agriculture-dependent poor country to industrial powerhouse. Kesari has also played a significant role in triggering and driving the socio-political movement in pre-independence time and also after independence. Kesari was cooperatively started by Tilak, Chiplankar and Agarkar. It was run from Kesariwada, Narayanpet, Pune. Agarkar was its first editor. They had specific objectives of starting these newspapers, which was spelled out clearly in the first issue of Kesari. A newspaper is useful in two ways. Firstly, if the newspapers carry out their duty impartially and dauntlessly, government officials are filled with awe. The purpose that is served in the night by the street lamps or by continuous patrolling of police is the purpose that is served by incessant penmanship of journalists. Today, we have with us Nikhil Gajendra Gadkar sir, who is the executive editor of the Kesari newspaper. Kesari was used as the spokespiece for freedom struggle. So how it made masses aware about the freedom struggle?
See, Kesari was not the spokespiece of the freedom struggle. It is wrong. Kesari was and is torchbearer of the freedom struggle. Lokmanya Tilak started this paper actually journal, with the aim that he wanted to make people aware of what is their plight right now. That is nearly 150 years old, 19th century. Okay, so see, then there were very few literate people. So he started this newspaper or other journal, because we are not used to this word newspaper. It was more of a newspaper then, and he wrote about the plight of people then. What was the cause behind this? So he meticulously pointed out that how British regime, the monarchy, has made the life of Indian people very bad. Okay, and then through his writing, he pointed out to the woes of people what wrongs British people were doing, and so he made them aware that basically you are being somewhat jailed in your own country. There is foreign rule upon you, and you must come together, you must unite to fight against this monarch. So, Kesari started in a way this movement of awareness, and till the death of Lokmanya Tilak, he himself was what we can say, leading by example. He was leading from the front. He was jailed twice or thrice. The longest his jail tenure was 6 years in Mandale. There he wrote Gita Rahasya. Even then, his idea was that Bhagavad Gita, doesn't teach you to be docile or to seek the ultimate divine thing, moksha. But Gita makes you agile. It invokes patriotism. Karma Yoga. You are supposed to act, to work. So he shifted that focus, that traditional focus from moksha to karma yoga. And even then, when he came back, after he was released from Mandalay, he came back, again he revitalized Indian minds, the Congress also. And so, Kesari and along with Maratha also, he was fighting for freedom. In 1919, I think, in Lucknow Congress, he first spoke of Swarajya, that famous his quotation, often quoted quotation, that Swarajya is my birthright and I shall have it. He first said it in Lucknow Congress.
So how did Kesari function when he was in jail?
There were trustees. And there were editors also. They were looking after daily life of Kesari.
And Tilak was a very passionate journalist. So can you tell us about him as a journalist?
He was. See, there is like a difference. The journalists of today and journalists then are different. Lokmanya Bal was basically activist journalist. What has happened in last half a century or so, that we are giving more information through news items and editorials and articles, and views are limited. I don't say we are not expressing our views also, because we are writing editorials and we are publishing various articles also. So views is there, but still it is more of a information paper now. When he started, it was not a daily newspaper. Do you know that?
Yes.
It was weekly. Much later, it was going to tri-weekly and bi-weekly and then tri-weekly. So when Tilak was there, it was weekly paper. That's why I'm referring to the word journal. Even then, they were publishing news items from different part of the world. I have published one long article in our Kesari Diwali issue regarding how Kesari then published news articles about Gandhava Mahavidyalaya, which was established by Vishnu Digambar Paluskar in Lahore. Lahore was part of India then. So Kesari was looking after, was publishing different news items also. It was not only about freedom and this thing, but main focus was on freedom movement, making people aware of their plight and encouraging them to come together, unite, etc. So when Lokmanya Tilak was not there, people like Narchim Kelkar, Narsimha Chintaman Kelkar and other associates took the responsibility on their shoulders and they ran this.
Thank you so much, sir, for interacting with us. Tilak never used newspapers to make money. His newspapers covered important topics such as foreign boycott, as well as use of indigenous peoples, national education, and the Swaraj movement. Tilak made use of Kesari for bringing about political consciousness among the masses for the purpose of freedom struggle, for giving a new direction to their thinking, and for boosting the different agitations and programs initiated by him. The 4-point program of Swaraj, Swadeshi, Boycott and National Education that Tilak offered to the Congress and to the whole nation was strongly propagated by Kesari. As Tilak took to agitation and confrontation with British government, he and along with him Kesari had to suffer the rage of the British rulers. It had to face many court cases. Many times, Kesari had to furnish sureties and the editors had to suffer imprisonment. There were charges of sedition, first in 1897 and second in 1908. In 1897, it was a series of articles on malgovernance and repression of British administration during the 1897 plague epidemic in Maharashtra, particularly in Pune, that angered the administration. The suspension of land revenue campaign started by Kesari also incurred the wrath of the British rulers. The murder of Rand at Ganesh Khind in Pune ultimately unhinged the mind of the government, and they last launched prosecution against Tilak and charged him for sedition. This resulted in 18 months rigorous imprisonment of Tilak. Today, with time, Kesari has stood firm on its principles. It has fought many battles, withered many storms, and has grown into a venerable institution now. Besides Pune, it now has 4 editions from Solapur, Sangli, Ahmednagar, and Chippadurg in Maharashtra. It has a slender presence on wave. It also made a foray in television. The Kesari Maratha Trust, run by Tilak's family, manages Kesari now. Tilak's grandson, Deepak Jayant Tilak, is presently the editor of both Kesari and Maratha newspaper. May it continue to lead the society to the path of Suraj, what we call good governance. With this, we end our today's podcast. I hope you all liked today's podcast. And to hear more such stories and to know more about how our city contributed to the freedom struggle of India, please stay tuned. And also, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.